Okay, Moby Dick swing and 3D ground force swing. As this is again the longer version of Peter Cowen and Jimmy Ballard combo short video. So I've been putting up videos since January 11th, and uh, this is obviously uncut, no editing, just one cut, right? And I've been obviously looking at who's watching it, and I noticed that the age 40 to anyway, a lot of guys watching it is I guess 50 to 64, and then even 64 and older. So it occurred to me that some of the stuff that I'm sharing with you is pretty advanced, I guess, and hard to follow. So I decided to put something up very simple and also very effective. So Peter Cowen and Jimmy Ballard is very, very good combo. His short video is very good. So I'm going to expand that. I just hit a couple of shots before I hit the start video taping this. And then I can just show you my Garmin R10. This is 9-iron. This is all beat up club. And then I'm hitting 136 for 9-iron. And it doesn't show the club head speed, but basically, mainly I'm watching the face angle and a club path relationship. Basically, this tells me which way ball starts and then whether ball is drawing or fading. This is actually basically saying that I started out 1.4 right. I don't know whether this 1.4 yard right, and the curve, and then I put a draw spin 7.9, so it'll draw back to the target. Anyway, I'm looking for my glove. Okay. Anyway, so I've been doing that. So I'm gonna hit a couple more shots and then show you the data again. So I'll actually flip it over so you guys can see it and I see it too. If the screen is big enough, maybe we can see it afterwards. Okay, so here, so I'm going to use a Jimmy Ballard, Peter Cowen Jimmy Ballard swing. So my concentration is address, and second axis of tilt, and I'm gonna, I'm beginning to squeeze my hand. Squeeze this way with right, left this way. This is Peter Cowen. And this is actually, it looks maybe goofy and it maybe feels unnatural, but there is actually incredible data, and then the know-how is in there. I follow golfing machine, and there's what they call extensor action, meaning lots of pros, they have a really wide backswing and things of that nature. So how they go about it is that they treat this left arm like a basically rope, very loose, and then you start to use, since this is very passive, it's not doing anything. So watch my left arm. Using my right arm, I'm pushing it out. See that right there? I'm pushing it out. I'm using my right hand to pushing gently out and constantly pushing it out. So one of my teachers, the Ben Doyle, a long time ago in the 80s, he's always push out. Your hands and arm pushing out. So I'm not trying to obviously have you guys do that extensor action here, but borrowing from Peter Cowen, when you do this, right? When you do this, basically when you squeeze it, you don't squeeze it like this. When you squeeze it tighter and tighter, and then your hands become straighter. Let's see what I can borrow. I can just get some towels here. Okay. Again, this is uncut, unplugged. Basically, this is all spontaneous stuff. So like this. Let's say you wet this, and then it's fully wet, and you want to squeeze as much as water out of it. And then watch this, as I do this, see, right there, I'm twisting it this way, I'm twisting it this way, right there, and then all of a sudden, see, you cannot squeeze hard when it's unbended. You start to squeeze hard, really hard, and then your arm becomes straighter, okay? See that? Straighter, arms become straighter, okay? So, guess what? You don't have to go like that or try to really extend. Squeezing the towel achieve lots of benefit, incredible benefit. First of all, it gives you width. It gives you basically stability of your club face. It teaches you how to get a lag. You cannot flip it. When you squeeze it, you don't have time to flip it because you are busy squeezing. So it has an incredible benefit of squeezing, okay? So anyway, doing the backswing, I am gonna kill it using a Jimmy Ballard about halfway back like this, okay? Because of the momentum, I will probably go up to here. I see that, okay? Here, and then my goal is to finish here. You know why this is so important? When you see these days all the professional golfers, especially Tommy Flewitt, remember the LA Open, something like that? He dunked one in a par 4 and he made an eagle, and this was his swing. Literally, he didn't go no higher than this one. And the ball went there and then just dunked it. Okay, anyway, so point I'm trying to make it is basically you want to squeeze. Now, how much to squeeze? You can say, if you do it this way, level 1, level 2, really squeeze as hard as you can. It is up to you, okay? But I see basically from Rory McIlroy, he is hovering anywhere from 4 to 7. And then, I don't know, at impact and then rest of the swing, but he doesn't go all the way, he doesn't go 1 and 2. So squeezing gently at the beginning, and then you squeeze, and then top of the backswing, you are continue to squeeze, okay? So you squeeze. Notice that I didn't mean to be like this, but my arm doesn't look like this. Why? Because I'm squeezing it, and as I squeeze, my arms just give you a tremendous width and extension, okay? Anyway, so I'm gonna squeeze, and then I'm gonna go backswing like this. Feel like I'm doing this with my right foot especially, and then I'm concentrating this, and then Jimmy Ballard they want to move it away so that you can push forward. So you can try a few things there, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this pivot and then resist my right side, and then my concentration feels like squeezing it about halfway back. I'm pushing down or pushing that way or pushing it this way, rotation, right there. I feel that. Get in the back, that's it. Concentration, squeezing the towel. And then from here, Jimmy Ballard, just push the right side forward. And rest of it will take care of itself. You're pushing from here, you're pushing, finish, right there. Okay? Now, doing the downswing, again, okay, I squeeze the towel and then you give up, or you don't squeeze. No, you try to squeeze all the way. You cannot let go. Okay, so let's see, hit a couple shots. Here, set up, my concentration squeezing while pushing down, pushing that way or pushing this way, resist to the right side. Okay, all right, so that one, I hit about 117, 3.2 to the right, 5.8 path. So that's another push draw, nice push draw. Maybe I'm getting tired. Okay, let me see. Set up again. I'm going to slightly open my club face to start the ball to the right, slightly, and squeeze and push hard as I can to the right side. Okay, I drip a little bit more to the right side again, but that's almost like a push draw again. Okay, path is 10 and face is 6.2, right, both right. So it's still drawing. That's a little bit too much. So I'm going to concentrate again, slightly open and then really squeeze. Okay, there. All right. Okay, notice that my path and the club face relationship is always path is greater than the club face angle so that it'll give me decent draw. So that's 128 yards. Okay. All right. Again, this is the pattern, meaning that my path is smaller number than the face angle is smaller number than the path, then that will give me nice draw. Okay, basically. All right. So one more time. Let me see whether I'm doing anything differently. So concentration on grip, set up, slight secondary tilt, and I'm start to squeeze gently, and then as I go doing the backswing, really squeeze. And I want to lose it this side. I'm just pushing down or that way. I'm just resisting it, okay? So one more time, set up. I didn't hit that one good. Okay. Again, face is, angle is smaller than path. Okay. All right. Set up again. All right. Right there. Okay. Okay. 124 distance. And the face angle 2.9, 8.9 consistently gives me draw pattern, which is, this is what you want. Okay. One more, set up, squeeze. Oh, this is the first one that face angle is practically zero. So a little bit, start with that straight at the target line. They drip a little bit to the left. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do one last one. Set up. Squeeze. Squeeze. I really squeeze and push really hard. 132. Almost club face zero. That one's a little bit too much draw at the end, I guess. Okay. All right, one last one. Okay. The setup is almost neutral grip. Okay, there, ball punch in the middle. Okay. Squeeze, going back while resisting. Yep, that one is actually first time I did push fade on that one. Okay, I didn't come around. Okay, that's a face angle. First time it's higher than, bigger than the path. Okay, I cannot end with that, so I gotta go one more. Set up. So I gotta finish push and finish like this. I finish more like that, okay? Almost finish it to the first, I gotta finish to the center, okay? Time, set up. Yep, that was good pivot. Once again, cuff base is almost 0, okay? That's why I play a lot of ping pong tennis when I was young, so pronation is natural for me, so I have to guide against cuff face shutting. So I'm gonna start it out one more time. One last one, slightly, cuff face slightly open, ever so slightly. And then do everything, okay? Slightly open. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try. There's a variation on the distance, so I gotta open that. Set up. Squeeze and push hard with the right side. Yes, that was really good. Yep. All right, 131 with a almost half swing feels like, and face 4.9 right, and 10 right. So this is pretty much push draw again. Okay. So combination is, you can, to me, when everything's failed, that you can, this could be your stock shot, okay? Now, you don't have to take it up really high if you're a senior and beginners. You know, I'd rather see you have really nice width than just losing all this angle like this, okay? Also, instead of flipping it, right? Remember the line of compression, and you'll be able to sustain it. Remember that if you go back to my video. It is so crucial. So when you get to the squeeze, as you push, notice that everything is going left. So in other words, your low point is really moving left for you. So which is line of compression here and sustain it. It is easier to achieve that, okay? If you break it down, my golf swing, because of here, why? Because I'm concentrating squeezing and pushing with the right side. This is the first move, downswing move, push to the target. Because of that, and then because of squeezing, you're able to get the hands head of the ball, okay? So good luck with your journey. That'll be it for today.